So I don't know if you guys are aware, but Trump met with the Prince of Saudi Arabia a couple of days ago. I explained this before, guys, that these are Iranians. These are the ones that run the Abrahamic religions. The Rockefellers, Rothschilds, they run the District of Columbia. They're all Iranians. Okay, so here, in the reading of Jeremiah 51, this is the fall of Babylon. And you see that he is going to send the Medes to destroy Babylon. The Medes are Iraq, but these still same thing. They're all Iranians. These people. They're all Muslims. That's why they're not doing anything about the Muslim uprising in America, but they're getting rid of the Latin community, but not the Muslims, right? So anyway, it tells you right here that King Cyrus would be in office during the fall of Babylon, and that is Trump. He calls himself Cyrus, King Cyrus. So he's telling you that he's going to be in office to help destroy America. He will be helping destroy America. So as you read further along in the reading of Jeremiah 51, I encourage it. It is the fall of Babylon. This is when there's going to be a civil war between the people and America. There's also going to be a big tsunami that's going to hit the East Coast because the city of Babylon will be underwater. And it tells you right here, you see, the waves roar in upon her. So that's going to happen. And also I want you guys to know as well that in Mexico City right now, the people are protesting because they want her out, the female president out, because she's also Khazarian. She's also Jewish. Is you see the flag of Mexico is actually a Persian. It's one of their flags. It's a Persian flag. It is also the flag of Italy, Rome. So they captured the city of Mexico City and they put the Roman eagle right in the middle. That's why all three flags mirror each other and look alike, because they're Iranians, they're Muslims. They run this whole system. That's why you see the Muslim movement rising in America right now. So that's the switching of the dragons. They came into our lands and they forced Christendom upon us. So now and the Christians were the ones that killed and martyred the saints in America, in our lands. So now it's their turn. So now it's going to be switched. Now they're sending in the Muslims to go after the Christians. So please get out of these Abrahamic religions. I told you that the Abrahamic religions is mentioned in the reading of Galatians right here 4. That is Mount Hagar by the Arabs. It's called Mount Hagar is Abraham's slave's wife. It's a slave system. These are the Abrahamic religions. So either Mount Sinai, which is Mount Hagar, the slave system, which is your Christianity, Islam, and Muslim, or you follow Daddy and the Torah, the Ruach. You see? And that is our mom. You see a mother city, Jerusalem. And I also want to tell you guys, because I explained this before, the Holy Spirit is not who you think it is. The Holy Spirit of these Abrahamic religions is Lucifer. Okay? The one of the mother city of heavenly Jerusalem, the Torah, that is the Ruach. Okay? So the Ruach is not in any of this Abrahamic religion. None. I think it was around 2020 that the Pope and the world leaders came together to rewrite the 10 Commandments for the new 10 Green Commandments for the climate change. So that where did they meet? They met in Mount Sinai. So Daddy, the New Jerusalem, Jerusalem is in Zion. So there is two mounts. So you see, so Mount Sinai, this is your slave system, right? The new Green Commandments. And then there is Mount Zion where Daddy dwells and his commandments. And also, you notice that the book of Revelations, the four horsemen, those are your Iranian colors, the Persian flag again. And those are your Christmas colors. So get out of Christendom in Christmas because Christmas is satanic, it's Luciferian, it has nothing to do with the Creator at all. So stop convincing yourself it is just because you want to celebrate it.
Is in the middle of the Americas. It's all a Roman corporation. Every time I see the Mexican flag, I see the Italian flag because it's exactly the same minus the Roman eagle. Rome, which runs Mexico, in fact, Mexico is the center, Mesoamerica, it's the center of the Americas. This is where the Jesuits came, installed their Inquisition. Mexico had a violent, vicious Inquisition. They're telling you in your face, if you know what you're looking for, they've got the eagle, the Roman eagle, right in the middle of the green, red, and white. Exactly the same as the Italian flag, which comes from the Persian flag, which is horizontally green, white, and red. Because the Roman elite families, the Farneses in particular, the Orsini, the Pallavicinis, Aldobrandinis, they're all from Persian. They're all Iranians. Rome.
Did you know that in 2023, Mexico invited Russian and Chinese troops to march in its Independence Day parade? They walked through the heart of Mexico City beside the Mexican army, an image that shocked many and sparked debate over where Mexico's global loyalties really stand. Some saw it as a diplomatic gesture, others as a warning sign. Either way, it marked a moment the world couldn't ignore.
The president of Mexico, Jewish lady, in a country that's 99.9% Catholic. And I catch her what she's doing. She was way whiter before. What she's been doing is going out in the sun, getting sunburned, trying to make her skin tan. I've been seeing her going to all these small villages and like dancing with the local politicians and doing little Mexican dances. And like she's like getting swung around by the dudes. So I'm like, all right, cool. But within one day of her winning the presidency, she was shaking hands with Larry Fink from BlackRock. And in that election, there was 38 assassinations, not attempted, assassination on people running for the president of Mexico, and the unofficial number is over 100.
There's a massive Gen Z uprising and protests all across Mexico against super corrupt leader Claudia Sheinbaum. Sheinbaum doesn't even have a drop of Mexican DNA in her. She's full-blooded Ashkenazi J. Look, she's even doing the Anna Kasparian, and that's super Ashkenazi. And the crazy thing is, most Mexicans did not even know that she was an Ashkenazi J until after she was elected. Now, how did that happen? The supervillain George bought up many of their radio stations, and those that control the media control the democracy. Also, Zio supervillain Larry Fink of BlackRock also greatly helped Sheinbaum too. So now, after only being in office a month and a half since October 1st, she ran the country into the ground and is now causing a Gen Z uprising. And Gen Z is very anti-Zaya. They're calling her Puta Judea. Now, I don't speak Mexicanese, but I have a feeling that title is not a good one for Claudia. So it looks like Mexico might be the first in the race to make it go from 109 to 110, kicking them out. So unity for victory, free Mexico, and the Zog Zio Empire is falling around the world.
It will not end with the Jews. Europe is going to be ripped apart because of the presence of the Muslim Brotherhood, the abandonment of democratic principles and of human rights, and there's going to be a nationalist movement that will not be controllable. But for decades, when we come to these institutions, when the Jewish people come to these institutions and we say, we have a problem, we've been warning European society and North America, and to no avail. But now it's deep in the heart of your cities and your culture and your institutions, and you have a significant problem. We have graduates in Europe and North America coming out of the best university supporting and praising and walking in the streets supporting Hamas. Hamas is not only genocidal in its anti-Semitism, also headquartered in Qatar, but they believe in the subjugation of women, the murdering of gay people, and the destruction of democracy. And yet, our political leaders, our university leaders, our religious leaders take money and do the dance with the Qataris. And is it any wonder when we do this that now moving into the second generation, the people coming out of the university support Hamas, support sophisticated second generation supporters of Hamas, who are now the mayor of New York City, once the great Jewish city, in which now sitting around Shabbat tables in New York, Jews, Jewish Americans, Jewish people living in New York are asking the question, where do we go? Should we stay or should we go? But as Elie Wiesel always taught us, anti-Semitism may begin with the Jewish people, but it never ends with the Jewish people. And this unleashing of Jew hatred, which is now normalized and morally required, again, morally required again, because it runs deep in European society. It will not end with the Jews.
Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office.
Who are you with?
Why should Americans trust
Who are you with? No, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You're with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the
But the
worst.
question is
One of the
legitimate,
worst
sir.
in the business. But I'll answer your question. As far as this gentleman is concerned, he's done a phenomenal job. You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that. You don't have to embarrass our guest by asking a question like that.
It's okay, just you ask Mr. President.
Like it's beginning to look a lot like